Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. And here is Iran's reaction to the violation of international law by the United States of America by attacking nuclear sites in a sovereign independent country without being provoked or attacked. I would say in behalf of another country. That's one of the topics. The other topics that I have here is not only the reaction, which Iran reserves the right to retaliate however it wants. Also, the Americans now, the government, the ones that started this attack, tell us, the citizens, be careful, Iran might attack you, not them, you. So, the retaliation might come. The Houthis are at it. They said they will attack US vessels and warships in the Red Sea. Okay, sounds like a plan. Then we have Netanyahu. Netanyahu says that this action, this illegal attack on Iran, I can call it by international law, will change history. Oh, I wonder what he has in mind. Is it the coming of Messiah? All right, now Iran will continue its peaceful nuclear program as it has the right to do so. Iran did not bow down. No problem. Trump said, more strikes to come. In behalf of whom? We'll find out. We already know. So, let's start with the first article. Iran's reaction. USA Today. And it's not only USA Today, there's more than that. This is June 21st, 2025. So that was yesterday, after the attack. Iran warns it, and I'm quoting, reserves all options after U.S. airstrikes on nuclear sites. See, USA Today makes it U.S. airstrikes on nuclear sites. No, U.S. airstrikes on a sovereign, independent country that did not attack you. But you see how they make? It's like, okay, I just penetrated your pussy. That's it. Or maybe your mouth. Let's put, I penetrated only your mouth. No, I penetrated mouth. That's how they say. So she, let's say Georgia, warns she reserves all options after I penetrate her mouth. Penetrate? What the fuck? Penetrate mouth, not her mouth, just mouth. How do you like this weasel article? So, all options, what does it mean? All means all, right? All means everything. That means if Iran gets a nuclear weapon, they can detonate it in New York City and these guys don't know about it. Until it boom. Alright? So that's an option. The other option is, I don't know, striking Washington, D.C. That's included in assassinate probably Trump. That's included. It's included in all options. Or many other guys around Trump. Alright? They can do whatever they want. They can poison water. They can do whatever they want. All means all. Everything. They don't say all legal. All. Well, after all, they're in a corner right now. So, there's the first article. Let's go to the next one. Comes from Russia Today. So we have USA Today and we got Russia Today. Iran reserves all options after US attack. The US military has joined Israeli forces in their airstrike campaign against Iranian nuclear facilities and military sites. Alright. Tehran has accused Washington of a grave violation of international law. I think that qualifies. And the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. So not only the international law and the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty after the US military joined Israeli forces in their week-long Alright? So what do we have? A fully payload of bombs were dropped. Okay. So now Trump says, you know what? We want peace after we smacked you. Like Georgia. Georgia, now you gotta stop. Don't scratch me because I'm not done. GMA. After Trump attacks Iran, that's the correct definition or whatever statement, what experts and officials fear for the American homeland. No, that should have been done before Trump attacked Iran. What experts to the American homeland, that is you, I, your children, your mommy, your daddy, okay, your future. We are going to be the sitting ducks. Trump is going to be all covered. Don't worry. He might be the target, but he is covered. You're not. I mean, you go to the mall and all of a sudden, boom. Trump doesn't go to the mall. You go. I'm just saying. You go to the park to have a little swim or to have a little barbecue. Pop, 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 pop. Boom. You. How about that? And now what can they do? I tell you what they can do. Everything they want. Do you think they can't? Do you think Iran can't harm the United States of America? Real bad. And go to the primary issue. Why? Why? Not because they're evil, as we are required to think about those guys. No, it's because we have to do the job of someone else who is a little bit crazy with the second coming and garbage. Let's move on. U.S. preparing for possible retaliatory strike from Iran. You got them right about that one. Unfortunately, we will be, and these four guys criminals? I know this guy could be a foreign asset right here, but these guys, look at them. Oh my God. This is like, I don't want to be here. This guy's, what the hell, stay serious. This guy's like, what, are you shitting me? Really? Is that what you say? Huh? Look at this. This is the bunch of leaders right there. Next. Houthis say will attack U.S. ships in the Red Sea if Washington attacks Tehran. Well, it's 21 hours ago. It's already done. These guys are going to do what? And this is what it says, because it says U.S. ships. And I said, well, okay, military or not? And it says here, if the U.S. gets involved, I'm quoting, in an attack or an aggression against Iran together with the Israeli enemy, the armed forces, Houthis, will conduct strikes on the U.S. ships and military vessels in the Red Sea. So, civilian or transport or commercial ships and the military. Got that? Now, you can laugh how much you want, but the problem is you fight a bear and you're a bear, but you have a little fly that comes here or gets in your nose. It's, God damn it, or goes in your eyes and you can't see. This is Houthis. The Houthis are not going to The Houthis are like a little mosquito. God damn, that's it. But they are there. They are very annoying and painful sometimes. Next. Sputnik. Iran anticipated attack on Fordow nuclear site, evacuated official. Well, all right, you did it. Now I have a question, crazy question. I know it's crazy, but let's look at this scenario. What if they didn't? The Iranians didn't evacuate it and let all the substances over there. Then let's say the Americans struck it and all the fumes, all the clouds, let's say something had happened in the... do you think that the media will portray it as because, I don't know, ecological, environmental disaster or whatever, it's a war crime, not even a crime? Or they will say, well, it's Iranians' fault because they didn't do it. We told them we're going to do it. How do you think the spin is going to go? Now, I know there would have been a disaster if that would have happened. But they're saying, these guys, let's say they were not, let's say maybe not even an explosion or anything would happen. Let's say if you have those substances over there. But probably the idea is we saved our resources, you struck, we have them right here, bye-bye. The problem is, are these nuclear warheads? What are they? Well, they say for peaceful means. I know another country that is not a signatory of any non-proliferation, if I remember, treaty or anything, and might have nuclear weapons. And America doesn't have has amnesia, doesn't know anything about it, doesn't want to know anything about it. Why? Do you remember John F. Kennedy? Remember? He wanted to inspect some sites, if you remember, in the Middle East in 1963, to be clear. And Mafia and Oswald shot him. I believe that, man. All right, let's go to the next one. New voice of Ukraine. Even the Ukrainians say Iran says nuclear program will continue despite US and Israeli strikes. Okay, we'll see for how long. Because, you can say, well, we'll see. Sputnik. Iran won't renounce right, and that's correct, right to possess peaceful nuclear capabilities. This is the Prime Minister of the president of Iran, speaking to Macron. I'm not going to go into that because Macron spoke with him and told him, hey, don't do it, just do an unconditional surrender. So, Iranian president with French Macron. Macron is just the messenger. Macron is... when you've been in high school, not even high school, maybe in 7th grade, 6th grade, and you have a problem with someone, you have the weak people, at least that's how it was in Romania when I was in school. You had weak people who would like to, troublemakers, and they will come to find out, hey, Emil, do you think Gigi is an idiot? I'm gonna fuck him up, and hey, Gigi, Emil said he's gonna fuck you up. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, Emil, what? Emil, Gigi said he's not afraid of you. This is Macron right now. You know what? What's going on, Iran? Just accept that, and then goes to the other ones. Hey, he said he's one. Blah, blah, blah. It's like a weasel. These people, where I come from, got smacked. But anyway, here again. The president of Iran reiterated Iran will never renounce its right, which is correct, to possess peaceful nuclear capabilities. Correct. Now, Trump did not hit a missile depot or building a bomb or something, a factory that being... No, those are facilities for peaceful nuclear research and energy. I mean, is it not? They say we have to stop it, yet they cannot have it. Why? I guarantee if tomorrow, Trump said it's not about regime change, that's what he said. Does this bomb and that's it. I'm going to show you. Trump said, I'm going to just attack now and I'm done. No. Do you mean you had a blowjob, unwarranted blowjob, and now we were done? I mean, you tell the victim, you know what? Thank you very much. You're pretty good. You got a sweet mouth over there. Did you like it? How does it taste? Good. Okay. You didn't eat anything until now. Is that what you're going to talk? And you say, what? Don't get violent now, Simone. Don't get violent, Simone. That's it. Now, if you get violent, I will go in between your legs and maybe in through the back door. You know, I like that, don't I? Huh? What about that one? This is United States of America, my friends. I mean, the way I see it. All right, let's see. So, Sputnik, the U.S. betrayed diplomacy, Iran's foreign minister Araghchi. Well, I think so, but it's even worse than that. You don't betray, you're just an aggressor country, a bully boy drunk with a loaded shotgun in a parking lot. But we'll see. U.S. strikes on Iran, a reckless breach of sovereignty. This is the Russian reaction. So Russia calls it the way it is. It's a reckless breach of sovereignty. If you think no, let's think about it. In about 33 seconds. We have to strike Iran because if Iran has a nuclear weapon, it's going to use it because they're bad, we say. Okay? All right. But we have a nuclear weapon. We have nuclear weapons. We are the bully boys. We dropped 2 atomic bombs on 2 civilian cities, but we should have it. And we should not allow anybody in the name of the good because we are the good. That's what it is. And we can hit you, but nobody else can hit us. We designate you as bad, but nobody else can designate us as bad. So, we can't be at the receiving end. Let's say tomorrow, North Korea said, we don't like guys, you have nuclear weapons, you're a threat, we're going to bomb you. You say, what are you going to say? I dare you. So it's based on this, not on logic and international law and blah, blah, blah. So, indeed, let's see what Zakharova probably says. And not only Zakharova, the Russian foreign ministry condemned the U.S. bombing of Iranian nuclear sites as a reckless move that violates the Islamic Republic's sovereignty, international law, and the UN Charter. Now, I want you to remember this. I think this is factual. This is accurate. I want you to remember, all right, in time, how this will be turned, will be forgotten. Like, for instance, the attack on Yugoslavia in 1999. If I remember correctly, it didn't have the UN authorization, did it? So that constitutes a war crime, unless you say it was an immediate danger we have to invade because it was the peace and we control and we do this. Who are you exactly? We're NATO. We're just a club. And we say how things are ran around here. The same with Libya. So let's move on and see what's going on. The reckless decision to bomb the territory of a sovereign state, where whatever the arguments, runs counter to international law, the United Nations Charter, and UN Security Council resolution. The ministry said. Now you can say, well, Russia is talking, look what they're doing in Ukraine. Correct? Yeah. But I don't remember Iran being at America's doorsteps. I remember America having around it a lot of bases, military bases. So it's not that Russia went towards NATO. NATO came towards Russia so close that it can punch and Russia cannot have a reaction. So it's not really like that. And the Russians tried to resolve that peacefully. It was not like these guys here. But nevertheless, it was not about the right to have a peaceful nuclear program in Ukraine. In Ukraine it was different. Those guys will bring their military infrastructure in a neutral country. Ukraine was supposed to be a neutral country. That was the agreement in 1991 and 1994 when Ukraine was given the independence and the nuclear weapons were taken by the bosses. All right, so it was and it did not become, it changed that status with a coup d'etat in 2014, helped by foreign democratic institutions, right? CIA and others. Let's move on. The UN Security Council should naturally take action. Confrontational behavior of the US and Israel has to be rejected collectively. The statement read, how? You need weapons. Look, they're not going to attack North Korea. You know what? Because they already have nuclear weapons. That's why. We call for an end of aggression and urge efforts that will create conditions for a return to a political and diplomatic path. That's not going to happen. Now, the ministry also called on Rafael Grossi, the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, to report impartially on the Iran attack on the UN Atomic Energy Board of Governors meeting on Monday. Do you remember? Remember when in Ukraine the Russians took over Enerhodar nuclear power plant, Zaporozhye nuclear power plant in Enerhodar. Do you remember that one? That occurred, I think, on the 6th of March or 4th of March 2022, about, I don't know, 10 days after the Russians entered Ukraine, correct? Correct. So after that, they possessed it. And the Ukrainians kept striking Zaporozhye nuclear power plant, and they were saying that the Russians strike Zaporozhye nuclear. But Zaporozhye nuclear power plant was in my hands. Where would I strike it? You are striking it. And you remember the IAEA showed up. Who's striking it? That's a violation. Who strike? Don't strike. Don't strike. Americans bombed it. Bombed these facilities, and nothing to see. Put it in that context. Now, let's move on. I got about 5 more. Trump calls for peace, threatening with new attacks on Iran. You know, as I said, always the analogy of a blowjob or whatever. If you're going to react, I'm going to strike you back. But I want peace. That is, I can provide you some services. I will spend a little bit of energy, or you can spend some amount of energy, and that's it. You have to like it. If you don't like it, I will smack you for a little bit of incentives. Don't bite though. All right, here it is. And here it is with the boss. This is just a messenger. He's not the boss, he's the messenger. He's the messenger of a group that through him transmits to this guy, you need to do this. Iran, and I'm quoting, this is, I already covered this in a video earlier today. The bully of the Middle East must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and lot easier, Trump said. You understand? So Iran is the bully, and if they don't agree to be penetrated again, they were going to go through their asses and other things in between the legs. There will be either peace, under our terms, mind you. Peace is not about having peace, it's about the terms of the peace. I mean, I want your house, I want your car, and I want your wife, if she looks good. Now, what do? You say, fuck off. I'm going to punch you and say, hey, I like peace. Give me those things. What are you going to say? If you don't give me those things under the peace treaty that I will impose on you, then I will come again and, I don't know, smack you more. This is the way, I don't know, thugs, not even bullies, thugs, bullies, mafia, organized crimes operates. Next. All right, well, tragedy for Iran. Now, there will be tragedy for Iran. You see, he's already compassionate. It's because of you. You didn't, My God, these are sociopaths. Trump threatens Iran with more strikes. The U.S. Commander-in-Chief has urged Tehran. He's not the U.S. Commander-in-Chief. He's someone else's bitch. Urged Tehran to make peace after ordering attacks on Iranian nuclear sites. And he ordered it. I made a video on this. He ordered it. This is the, I was about control room, situation room, whatever you want to call it, the White House. He ordered the attacks on Iran in behalf of another state while wearing Make America Great Again. No, you didn't do this for, or maybe this is a, please help me, I'm a hostage. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to back him. Sputnik, U.S. strikes Iran. What's known so far? And I get here. The U.S. has committed a grave violation by attacking Iran's peaceful nuclear installations. You got it? The UN chief called on U.S. strikes against Iran a dangerous escalation. Well, you see, dangerous escalation. So consider this. Remember, I go back to the Simone and I, and let's say I do that. I penetrate her. Okay, and then the police and the judges don't intervene. They just say, this is a dangerous escalation, Emil and Simone. Put it in that context. I smack her, and the guy say, hey, I call on you guys to stop. No, me. I had to stop, not we. And then it's a dangerous escalation. Yes, it's dangerous. For whom? For her, not for me. And a direct threat to world peace and security. Aww, who are these guys? And the Houthis condemned that, and so on. The Saudi Arabia and Iraq denounced the strikes, warning they could lead to a dangerous escalation. That's not the word. That is not the word it should be used. Could lead to a dangerous escalation. These guys already struck me. They already violated. What do you want me to say? To stay and take it? If that's okay with you, that means the Iranians could do the same thing, or someone else can do to us the same way. No, my friends, no. So, here it is. Iran accuses US of violating nuclear treaty with airstrikes. Right there. The country's nuclear watchdog has reported no leaks or contamination at the targeted site. Iran has accused the US of violating international law and the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, following overnight airstrikes. Tehran said preliminary inspections have found no signs of radioactive contamination. In a statement issued early on Sunday, the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran confirmed that the U.S. strikes targeted its nuclear sites in Pak. The operation, conducted in coordination with Israel, was condemned by Iranian authorities as illegal and brutal. The act of aggression was carried out under the shadow of international indifference and with the apparent support or silence of the International Atomic Energy Agency. Got it, my friends? No signs of contamination, and that's it. We're gonna go to the boss now. Russia Today, from the 22nd of June. U.S. strike on Iran will change history, Netanyahu. Yeah, I know it's gonna change it. I hope for our interest. The Israeli Prime Minister has praised U.S. President Donald Trump for bombing Iran. Forget about international law and all that. No, in self-defense, I guess you can do anything you want if your name is Moshe. All right, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has praised U.S. Donald Trump for his bold decision. That's a bold decision. That's not a crime. No, it's not a violation of anything. It's a bold decision. So, Simone, Netanyahu said it was a bold decision to grab you by the back of your head, by your hair, and Is that what it is? I mean, the reason I'm giving you this kind of examples is because they're clear cut. And I think it's funny. Not funny that the victim is there, but, I can make it funny, I guess. And then nevertheless, I know people, they are not funny. I don't give a fuck. The problem is, it's a clear-cut example. And the same here. It's a bold decision. So it's a bold decision, Emil. Thanks. All right. On Saturday, Netanyahu called the move or a turning point that, quote unquote, has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future prosperity and peace. like Libya, prosperity and peace, and like Afghanistan, like Iraq, like Syria? Is that the prosperity he's talking about? Or that country getting our money to have, I don't know, free medical insurance, college, paid by whom exactly? Fucking retard. All right, let's go. This I'm quoting now. Congratulations, President Trump, for following orders. Netanyahu said, your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. All right, here it is. Now, let me tell you this, my friends. For those Christians and people that are not Christian, I'm using this because it's very relevant. It's factual. If you believe that Jesus Christ walked this planet, and I think Jesus Christ walked on this planet, but I don't think he walked like they say he walked. You know what I mean. So anyway, the Bible says that when he was brought by how some people did not like Jesus Christ. Then it was not the Romans. It was Netanyahu. Netanyahu did not like Jesus because it was blasphemy. But they wanted to put this guy to death, but they couldn't put him to death because he was under Roman jurisdiction, Palestine, okay? So then what they do, they said, we're going to use those guys, the Romans, to kill Jesus Christ, us. You got? So I'm not equating here Iran with Jesus Christ, okay? This is just an analogy. Analogy is not like that. Understand, if you don't know what an analogy is and you're ready to say, go and check a dictionary. So what's going on? So they said, we're going to, not even they, the guards brought Jesus in front of Pontius Pilatus to be judged. Pontius Pilatus asked, what the fuck is going on over here? I don't care. You baboons, go with your little goat shepherds. Go to your goddamn whatever. And I was sleeping so good, but I have to disperse justice between these guys. So he found out that this guy, which is Jesus Christ, did not commit any crime. He said, what the fuck? Those guys crucify him, killing, blah, 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 blah. It's not on me, man. And they said, it's on us, it's on us, it's on us. And then they threatened him, blackmailed him. You remember? It's very interesting. Read the Bible. They said, according to the scriptures, and the scriptures tell the truth. And then they said, told the Pontius Pilatus, the administrator of Palestine, well, you will not be okay. That means if Caesar in Rome finds out that you do not follow, you create problems and you can't handle the situation. And this guy say, huh? So said, we're going to tell him they're going to take care of you if you don't do what we tell you to do, what we want. And this guy said, okay, motherfuckers, that's it. I wash my hands. It's in the Bible. But that's a Jewish custom, I think, not a Roman one. And he said, I wash my hand, which that's why the Bible tells the truth. And wash my hand. And he even offered Barabbas for Jesus Christ. Okay? And the guy said, no, Barabbas was a proven thief and problem maker. The other guy, Pontius Pilatus, did not find anything wrong with the guy. And those guys said, kill Jesus. And the Romans killed Jesus. That's how it goes. The same. The Americans attack Iran. Got it? But in our interest, did we find any fault? Well, we were made to find any fault. So, wait for the repercussions. And the repercussions were going to affect us. Go and buy quickly some gas for your cars. Or benzene, gasoline. Quickly. It's going to go to $80 a gallon. Good luck. I'm just saying. I don't know, but definitely the Iranians right now are in a panic mode. And the Russians and the Chinese probably will align themselves with the Iranians. But I say probably. They should have done more. Now it's a little bit, already it happened. You can't take that back. You can do it again though. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.